How has your path along financial independence affected your relationships with other people, so friends and family, but also how you're seen? Obviously, you're quite a public person, so you put things out there about your money that we don't really do in society and in our society. So how do you feel that's affected your relationships?
Overall, fine. Most people are pretty good. Life goes on. I'm still just a normal guy like everybody else, right? I would say where things have been good and where it's been really positive is your ability just to help out a friend or family. And that's something that's really nice. So there's times in life, and again, I'm speaking here completely from privilege, and I'm so grateful for this. So I don't want this to come across as some rich dude that's telling a story, because it's not that. It really did come from nothing. I often say to my wife, I came here with 50 euros in the back pocket. We have got to a situation of complete privilege, but where a friend or a family is stuck for something, and you might find that somebody has, an unexpected repair, maybe that fridge I talked about earlier, somebody might find that there's something wrong with their car or their heating system breaks down or something like that. I'm able just to help that person out and say, look, there's no problem. Probably the best story I can give you is my wife's mother was obsessed with buying lottery tickets. She was addicted to buying lottery tickets. Her path to wealth was through the lottery. She'd grown up in a poor part of Limerick. She'd never really had money. She was always living week to week, and my wife grew up that way as well. So lottery became her dreaming. And I called her bluff one day, this a few years back, and I said to her, what are you going to do if you win the lottery? And she says, I'd do three things, she said. She said, I'd firstly fix my teeth. I'd secondly buy a holiday home. And I'd third give the rest of the money to you and my son to pay off their mortgage. And the first thing I said is, firstly, as kids, we're fine, right? Like, we're okay. Don't worry about us. But I said, how much are you spending a week on the lottery? And she said, 30 euros a week. And I said, so you're spending 1,500 euros a year on the lottery? And she's like, no, just 30 euros a week. I'm like, work it out. So I explained to her, times 50, there it is. She's like, wow. I said, I'll make you a deal, I said, I will go and pay and we'll fix your teeth. Okay, we'll get your teeth fixed and you can give me back 30 euros a week to pay off whatever it costs. So she got 4 teeth taken out, she got fillings put in, she got them whitened, she got Invisalign, and now her teeth are fantastic. And she's almost paid off. She's nearly paid off all the money. She'll be paying it off this year by giving me the 30 euros a week. As for the holiday home, like I said to her, actually, I called a bluff on that too. I said, how many times do you go away? Like, are you going to go away by yourself? And so I actually booked a week away in the summer, and she was going to get the bus down and go and do it. And in the end, she didn't go down. As the time got close, she's like, no, I'm actually quite comfortable at home. So I kind of let her try to experience, what she is actually dreaming of, to realize that she didn't actually need this. So in many ways, it's been a little bit of me trying to, try and shape it a little bit in terms of, you see people make mistakes all the time with money, and I obviously do as well. And you're just trying to point them in a certain direction. Outside of that, the community aspect, the podcast, the meetup groups, writing for the Irish Independent, that's been a massive lever for me to allow myself to step into that world of money and talk about money without it being your own personal world. So I would have friends, I'm friends with people who have addictions and who struggle with money day to day, and great to play golf with, and we would never talk about money. And then I have the meetup groups and everything else where all we do is talk about money. So, having a meetup group and a community has been fantastic as a way to vent your money frustrations or whatever you need to learn and get ideas without allowing yourself to have your still normal world. Because early on when I discovered the movement, I would talk to friends about this and I would find they would quickly want to change the topic. So it was a matter of trying to find your own community within that. But look, as I said, life is very much day to day. Outside of the public world that I have as a podcaster, that's a podcast about money. It's not a podcast about me necessarily. I love to tell money stories and share money stories, but there's a lot of other stories that I have which aren't money related that I wouldn't share. So it's about realizing that there's kind of two sides to being public. And look, it's still a very small niche that I have. If I meet somebody on the street that recognizes me, that's a rare thing and a lovely thing to have as well,